Okay, here we go. Ronald Pieters. Hello.
Hey,
Ronald.
Carl, good to see you again. How's everything?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I've been working out less than you, but I've done my best.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was a good time to do so.
it's true. It's true. Thanks for giving me some of your time for this fifth episode of Salsa Talks.
Sure.
Um, Ronald, it's been a while that we didn't see you here in Leuven. We've built up a little familiarity with you. How's life? How has it been? I have seen a child of yours,
Yes.
of course. But how has it been since a year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah, it's been very hectic, definitely, but beautiful things happened. As you said, I have a baby boy now with my fiance, so we're very happy with that. Very healthy little boy. So that was a good distraction from everything that was happening this last 1.5 year. And other than that, yeah, life's upside down. Everything shifted when it comes down to work, different schedules. So yeah, I cannot even remember the time when I used to travel and dance till late. Like that seems like a lifetime ago now.
Can you imagine? Ronald, I would like to start with this. It's a little bit met de deur in huis vallen, like they say in Dutch, meaning like
Mhm.
starting without much introduction, but you will see why. And they kept yelling and yelling. So,
Man,
yeah,
I haven't seen that one in a very long time, man. It gives me goosebumps right now.
I
Thank
guess.
you, thank you for that. Yeah, wonderful.
So, for the people who didn't know, you were part of this famous Yamulee team. I can't think of many things that are sharper than these people dancing. When I see them dance like this, oh my God, how did you get there? From the moment that you grew up till no, how did you get in that team? How did it go?
Well, I was very lucky, and I worked very hard, obviously. But I was also very lucky, I have to say, because everything fitted in the right moment. I finished university, and I was performing already back then a little bit, and that's how I met Osmar, the leader from Yamulee, and I always looked up to him and the whole team, obviously. And
Where did you
then
meet? Where did you meet him?
wow, the first time I met him was in the Netherlands when Brian and Mechtelt did a Yamoulé weekend, and I was picking them up from the airport with Brian. I remember, so this was my first interaction with them. So it was casual, but then I saw him that same night rehearsing and performing live for the first time, and yeah, I was mesmerized right away and hooked. And then right away became my goal, like maybe one day. And that's what my where my path took me after that. So then I ended up in New York.
But by that time, by the moment that you were looking at these guys, you already had a really good level, or you were starting as a dancer, or how?
Well, I was performing, and I was developing fast, I think. So I was making quite progress in a short time. So that was a good thing, I think. That really motivated me. And I think one of my strengths was, even though I was a little bit tall, I had good speed. And that's what I really liked about Yamulee. They also had good speed, and they were not like you know, you also had like the Frankie Martinez style back then, and that was more like if you were, well, that's stereotyping, but like if you're a skinny guy, and I was a little bit more muscular guy. And also with Yamulee, they were strong guys, but they were very fast, and so that also attracted me to that style, I think, and that became my example.
Okay, you still have contacts with them?
Well, once in a while, yeah, we write sometimes, but you know, like time passes, and then we lose contact a little bit, and then, but hopefully when the events come back and we see each other again, it's always like it's yesterday with them, because I have a very special bond with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we go back before that, how did you get to dancing? How did you get to Latin dance? I know you've been playing football, because we talk about soccer sometimes every now and then.
Yeah. So yeah, I used to play at a professional level soccer back in the days. Really? And I was part of FC Groningen in the youth, the last part of the youth, and I was supposed to start with the seniors, but then they didn't let me in, unfortunately, and I also got an injury. So then I had a choice. Okay, you can continue on the high amateur level, which was fine, but I was like, yeah, I think that maybe the child years or the young adult years of soccer are the best years. And I saw the seniors, and it was getting very physical, and I liked more technical. And so I decided to quit, like right there and then. And I was in Groningen at that time, and I was studying at university, and well, they gave great discounts on salsa classes, and I had some relations from Curaçao, because my father's also from Curaçao there. And
your dad is from Curaçao?
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My mother's from the Netherlands. My father's from Curaçao.
Okay.
So then I decided, yeah, well, let's try a beginner course. It was very cheap as a student, and this was a really long time ago. And I started with Salsa Roy, who's a very famous Roy Tweebo, who's a very famous salsa teacher in the Netherlands, especially in the north. And they gave me a great price, and I was like, let me try this. And I was very bad in the beginning. I was very, very terrible. I was so stiff, but I had great discipline, because I was training so many nights with football or soccer back in the day. So I was used to be physical with something. And the best thing as a beginner back then, and probably still is now, there's always too many women. So for free, I could dance. My class was on Monday, but for free, I could dance on Tuesday. I could cover someone on Wednesday, on Thursday. So instead of practicing soccer every night, I could practice salsa every night. So right away, my biggest advantage was always that I was always able to put in the hours of work, and not so much the talent or anything. Like, no, I was just really hungry to learn and to study and to really put effort into it. And then it just started dancing 6 days a week, and it didn't change until now. So only the level grew, but the mentality and the whole structure never changed from beginners one till now.
So you transpose the discipline of sport, of soccer, to the dancing, the same structure?
Yeah, definitely. I think what I encounter in my classes, that people really say, like, you know, one or 2 hours a week, that's more than enough for me. And I totally respect it, but I've never been like that. I've always been, if I enjoy something, I want to do it almost every night. And yeah, I'd rather be on the dance floor practicing than being at home and resting. That is my rest, to do something fun. So yeah, I think I got that from the sports discipline. Yeah.
I guess you're frustrating many people now when you say that, because what I heard till now in these interviews I did, even from people with a big reputation, they said, well, during the lockdown, I didn't train. I don't really have a discipline. You know, for several reasons, but they were very honest about it. But you have a structure, like you work every day, 1 or 2 hours, or how can I? What's your schedule?
You mean my regular schedule in the day? Well,
for training dancing.
well, in this case, well, I just have my other jobs also as well now, which I run in the daytime. But since well, since the last 4 years, I think, or 5 years, I've been focusing a lot on Afro-Cuban, which is a total new discipline when it comes to salsa. And there's nothing that can prepare you for Afro-Cuban. So you just start way at the bottom also with that. And I just love that process. And also now during the lockdown, I have a new teacher who's who's mentoring me right now in Afro-Cuban, and we do it online. And we train 2 or 3 times a week. And I get mandatory homework, and I have to send videos. And if the videos are not good, I'm not allowed to have more classes. So it's very strict again. So I'm also practicing now Afro-Cuban almost every day to develop, and it's been great. It's been great. Great opportunity also for me to keep studying in these times.
So for you, it's not such an issue to keep on working, to keep on having that self-discipline to say, let's stay to work.
Well, this is I think the misconception which I have about discipline is people feel like it's a sacrifice, that you have to work for something to do something. But if you really enjoy something, it doesn't feel like a sacrifice to me. It doesn't feel like I need discipline to do something that I like. You know, like there's a lot of things that I like. If I like to go to the movies, I don't need discipline to go there. I like to go there, so it's pushing me that way. And I have the same now. And I feel with salsa, it's been getting a bit less. I really enjoy teaching, but so much the training, and I find myself not super motivated for that. But for developing something I like, for example, with this Afro-Cuban, when you have a teacher who's like doing amazing work, and you're actually learning little by little to upgrade your level, that gives me a great feeling. So I don't need discipline to work. I enjoy it. So yeah, I don't know if it makes sense, but
it does make sense. But on the other hand, there are a lot of people who also talking about me, who sometimes struggle with this discipline. I want to continue on this Afro-Cuban. I have asked you to send me a couple of videos that you like, and one of them was this one. We can talk about it later, just after.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah, you were surprised that I sent this video, probably.
Sorry?
Were you surprised that I sent this video?
I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Okay. In the sense that I know that you are working with Afro-Cuban. Does this have anything to do with the online training?
Yeah, well, this is my teacher, first of all. This is Marisol Blanco from Miami, and she's my current teacher right now. And for me, why I love this video so much in particular, it's because it's the whole setting. I would choose this over any other event or congress. And people don't expect that, because people always think like, oh, you're studying Afro-Cuban, so you can put it in your salsa shows, so you can, you know, perform better or get a better rate, or, you know, like those superficial things. But if you would ask me if I could go to the best congress there is, like the most fanciest one, or I can be in a hot and steamy small studio somewhere in the middle of Miami with this teacher, I would choose this over anything, definitely. Yeah.
So you are shifting to full Cuban, or?
Well, not so much Cuban, but this Afro-Cuban thing is like, I always loved the developing part of dance, not so much the showing. So the whole thing about performing and showing your videos, how good you are and stuff like that, that never really attracted me. What I truly, truly love is to have someone who's ridiculously good at something, and then you start training with that person, and then you start to develop towards that level, and you start surprising yourself, and you have to bite through, and you have to go through this learning curves, you know how it goes, like that, and then you develop yourself. But if I develop something and I would never show anybody else or get credits by the crowd, or I would not care. So for example, now I have this with Afro-Cuban, and with Afro-Cuban, just studying it is also for your brain, like cognitive, it's on a completely different level than salsa has been for me so far. So it's just wonderful to study that and to develop. For what? I don't know, just to make me feel good. And it's culture, it's religion, it's music, it's dance, it's singing. And I have a wonderful teacher right now, and it's everything makes sense. And if I don't do anything with that information later, that's fine by me. It's just makes me really happy. So yeah.
Nice. So it's basically for yourself. It's not, you don't have any plan with it. Because
it's always been for myself. And that's the funny thing. You see the video with Yamulee, for example, but it was never my dream to perform with Yamulee. My dream was to be in the studio side by side with Cara Flores, with Osmar, with Delia Madera, all these people, to be there with them shoulder to shoulder and just do these routines for 6 hours in a row in the middle of the Bronx, New York. That was my dream. And if I would never have that outfit on and be on a congress, that would have been fine by me. I was just lucky that I came to that anyway, and it was a wonderful experience. But being in a studio on the same level with the people like they are, that was the biggest dream. Even though nobody would have seen it, or like back in the days, we also didn't have the Instagram videos and everything, so nobody would have seen it, and I would have been completely fine with it. Yeah,
I understand, because like, you know, now it's quite trending the last year, so to say.
Yeah,
like people take pieces from Cuban style, from orishas, from whatever body movements, from Cuban to decorate, to make their salsa more interesting, which I guess is fine too. But you are going for something deeper, I think, can I say it like this, or more.
Well, yeah, definitely. And I think everyone who puts some time in Afro-Cuban, they know that if you want to touch the surface, that's easy. It's easy to touch the surface and to get some of the basic elements. But if you really, really want to understand what you're doing, you have to understand music in a completely different way. You have to understand movement in a completely different way. You have to understand language, culture, religion. You have to understand a lot of things to be actually knowing what you are doing. And I think that's where I think a line crossed with me. I think the whole Afro-Fusion thing, I mean, it's fine, but I think it doesn't do any value to what it really is that you're doing. And for me, I just like more to be profound. And I never liked superficial, just pick something from something else for my own benefit to show other people. And yeah, that's the part I don't really appreciate about the Afro-Fusion thing. For me, like, if you really don't know what you actually are doing, what you're dancing to, yeah, I mean, it's a culture thing, and that's yeah. So that never really attracted me.
All right. Now the second video you send me is one of you dancing. I'm going to show it to the people watching us, and then we can comment again. Here we go.
Nos encontramos una tarde bajo el sol de primavera, tú caminando entre mis pasos, yo vistiéndome en tus huellas, y nos amamos cara a cara, y nos besamos en la calle, y tanto amor se fue fundiendo que ahora no puedo olvidarte.
Mil razones para amarte.
Mil razones para amarte.
Eres mi razón primera.
Yo rodando, 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 donde quiera. Nos encontramos una tarde bajo el sol de primavera, tú caminando entre mis pasos, yo vistiéndome en tus huellas, y nos amamos cara a cara, y nos besamos en la calle, y tanto amor se fue fundiendo que ahora no puedo olvidarte. Mil razones para amarte.
Etc. I saw your look. Yeah, I'm going to post the links of the videos when I publish this interview under, so people can look at it.
Yeah,
because of
nice.
course I would also look at it until the end, but I want to keep the interview relatively short. That was with your partner Vivienne.
Yes.
I liked the show so much. I love this music already.
Yeah.
Already the song is enough to give you how you say that, goosebumps. Why did you choose this video? Why this one?
Well, I think this was the crown jewel of the whole Ronald and Vivienne brand and enterprise. What we did, because as some of you know, Vivienne has been my only dance partner. I think from day one. I mean, we had a group, but she's always been the only dance partner I had. I had some projects after New York, but the most shows, most time, most training has always been with Vivienne. She's like family to me. And this show, we were so proud of this routine, of this everything fitted with the music and the choreography that we made, and we enjoyed this so much to dance, to perform. Yeah, it was really it was really the best moment. And unfortunately, there was also the time when with this show, this was also a show. I think we had one more after that, but this was the main one. And then unfortunately, we stopped dancing. So. Yeah.
You stopped dancing afterwards also.
Well, we didn't stop dancing, but around that time we started also the team, and then we also brought back the show. We did it also with a group for a little bit, but then I mean, life changed, and Vivienne got pregnant, and so we stopped dancing. And I also said at that time, like, okay, this time I also want to start focusing on Afro-Cuban, and we didn't want to continue with the group at that moment because Vivienne was also out, so we missed one of the strong ladies. And and then we decided just to stop things at that moment for that time. So I think this show really symbolizes our wonderful cooperation, our forever friendship, and like we I think that's the right way to say it.
No, that's great. Ronald, let's end this interview with the last question. What are your plans, your projects? Of course, you've been talking about this Afro-Cuban project, so I guess that's the main one. Do you have anything in specific that you're saying connected to dance? I mean, I'm sure you have other plans in life, but
well, connected to dance, I'm gonna keep studying definitely for my Afro-Cuban, and I'm picking up my salsa classes hopefully soon again, and hopefully get some. Hopefully we can go back to a smaller vibe where we more like in gym rooms, and it's going to be more sweatpants style classes again. And I think it's going to take some time for salsa to get back at the peak that we had before this whole COVID thing started. And also for all the organizers that are considering now to do events or not, I mean, I don't envy them that they're in such a time right now, because it must be really hard to decide, like, event, no, are people still going to be with 1,000 people in one room or not? Is that still going to happen? What's going to be with traveling? And it's going to be a big risk. So to be honest, I do expect it's going to take some years for everything to normalize. I think a lot of Congress are going to drop out. But I think the good thing that will happen, and it's really my expectation, is that salsa and the whole, when I just put it on the salsa scene right now, it's going to be for salsa people, from salsa people again, like it used to be a long time ago, I think. And then it started to grow, and then more people came in and they saw opportunities, and it became more of a business thing. And I think now the business people will drop out again, and you're really going to see congresses really organized by people that love salsa, just like Leuven is. That you can totally feel the vibe when something's organized by someone with passion for dance, salsa dance, and not just someone who wants to make the most money out of it. So, and I think those were always the best congresses, organized by real salsa people.
Thanks for that. Let's hope. I'm sure it's going to be tough. But like you say, passionate people probably are going to continue doing what they do because they just want to. Hopefully, all right, let's end on those words. Thank you very much.
This was wonderful. This was wonderful. Thank you so much for bringing back so many memories, man.
All right, good. I hope to see you soon in Leuven, Ronald. You know that as soon as we can, we'll invite you again to start with boot camps over here like we did before.
Yeah,
So,
well,
see you then.
wonderful. Take care.
Bye, Ronald.